You have entered the PM. Hey,
What up?
What's up, y'all? I'm your host, CashApp.
And I'm Greg.
Welcome to the PM.
Let's go.
Yes, it always feels like it's either been very quick or very long since we've been together. It feels kind of long today. What do you think?
We're the reversed again because this one actually seemed shorter.
Like we just did.
The last one we did, I felt like it was a lifetime. You felt like it was short.
Yeah. Now here we go. Here we go. This feels like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But we've had a lot going on.
Yeah, man.
So I hope that everybody is doing well and joining us today. We are in week 3.
Yep.
Is
you
that
got the
what
Quiet Storm voice going.
Oh.
Any other time I'd be like, I hope she ain't blowing the mic out. Not you.
First of all, what do you mean?
How are you guys doing?
Hope I ain't blowing out the mic. I don't be blowing up the mic unless I'm.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we're week 3.
We're in week 3 of a series that we call Before You
Chase the Ring.
Chase the Ring.
Absolutely.
These are things that we wish that we knew or we learned along the way that we like to share with you guys. And we've had a lot of good feedback and conversations sparking from this. So today is a good one. Do you want to introduce it?
Absolutely. Today, very simple topic. Character is bigger than chemistry.
This is really good.
That's a mouthful.
It is.
Let's unpack that.
Well, when I think about chemistry, from a woman's perspective, it feels like when you're watching, if you're watching rom-com or you have a dream or an expectation about who your future significant other or spouse would be, I feel like chemistry is one of the first things that you think about. Like, we got to have good chemistry.
It's what's said. You see it in the movies. Yep, you're right.
Like, we worked together.
So much chemistry.
Yes, it was.
Or we're compatible. Those are the two things that we say all the time.
I don't think that there is a full, I don't want to throw it all away. I do think that there's a chemistry. Like, we have chemistry.
Yeah.
We have always had some sort of chemistry, even before we were together. Like, we worked well in leadership. And so we've always had a kind of chemistry.
Yeah.
And so I think that when we're talking about this topic, it's important to state that we are not saying that chemistry isn't important. We're just saying, as we say with a lot of things, there's a balance.
Get back in the camera. Here's chemistry.
Yeah.
Here's character.
Yeah.
So if we want to weigh the two to say which one is more important, has a greater, if we put it on the scale of necessity for relationship, successful relationship, character is important. There's this quote that we saw that it says, don't marry potential, marry patterns.
Really good.
So what are those things that you're seeing somebody do successfully, consistently as a person?
Yeah.
Do they live a life of integrity?
What's integrity?
When you're living a life honest, and that's in your lifestyle, like in deed and word. Yeah. What I say is what I do. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna just read it, man, because I think it's important to quote it the right way. Chemistry fades, but character sustains.
That's good.
Can they lead?
Mm-hmm.
Do they serve?
Mm-hmm.
Are they honest when no one is watching?
That's good.
Shared values, integrity, and spiritual alignment matter more than butterflies.
Yeah.
That's a lot, because we talk about that chemistry. Oftentimes what we gauge as chemistry is the butterflies that we feel.
Yeah.
And like you already pointed out, that very well is a component of connecting with somebody. Mm-hmm. But everyone that you get butterflies with or have this connection with isn't your spouse.
Yeah.
I think that I was wondering if you said that. I think you may have said it in one of the previous.
Might have been the last one.
The last one that.
What did I say?
It was something along the lines of everybody ain't Cash's husband. You know.
Yep. What I mean? Whether because sometimes we like demonize.
Mm-hmm.
We make it like the person that's not the one for you is a bad person, and that's not necessarily true. That the person who isn't for you is bad. It's just simply that they are not the one that aligns with you. They may be someone good for someone else, but it's not who you're supposed to be with. So it's not always that, oh, she sucked or he wasn't this or that. It could just be that they weren't the one for you.
And did we preface this? I don't think we said it before we jumped into the topic of today. Mm-hmm. This series that we're doing is a series focused on those interested in getting involved in marriage.
Yeah.
This is our single series, or those that are on the process of getting married.
Mm-hmm.
We're throwing out some stuff that can really be on your tool belt to help relationship be good once you jump over that threshold. Yeah. And as you're preparing to jump over that threshold, because some of that work is done before you even officially do it.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we know that once it's consummated and you guys are starting to do life together, it's a different animal.
Yeah.
But we understand, as Keshe already pointed out, that there are some things that we can have early in the game that can really help us.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is the third week that we're throwing out one more thing that you can do before you chase the ring.
Yeah. Like just knowing that, like we said, all butterflies doesn't equal soulmate. I
put that on a t-shirt.
Well, because I remember feeling
butterflies
that way.
Don't equal soulmate. That would be dope. Butterflies with the equal sign, cross sign. Hey man, don't steal my idea, yo. I'm gonna write the Canva after this.
No, but it's true though.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've all had, like, the first time I ever got butterflies about a boy, I was in preschool. I was already like, does that mean that I was supposed to be with him?
No, it means you're wired with those emotions that are
I
the
like
same.
The boy.
Yeah, it's the same thing. The same things you use in preschool, you use when you're an adult, just with different understanding.
Yeah, because butterfly, there is a special part of the getting to know you process. You should like them. They should make you feel like, butterflies, I guess, and all the things. However, that can't be the only thing. That can't be the determining thing, because there will be a lot of people that impress us. But as I said in the last one, doing this walk with God, doing this single walk with God, you saying, "Ooh, I'm starting to like this person."
Mm-hmm.
God, what do you think?
Just signifiers that that there's interest,
and
then you build from there.
Yeah. And so, learning their character requires time.
Yeah.
Like learning if they're, how are they when we are out in public?
Mm-hmm.
How are they in family gatherings? How are they with their friends?
Yeah.
Like things like that. And even in all of that, it is still important to continue to be like, God, what do you think?
Yeah.
Because you can have a lot of great qualities, but still, God knows the deeper things.
Yeah. I mean, we're looking at, we always talk about one of the important pieces of a relationship is you guys being friends.
Mm-hmm.
And with friendship, you should be taking intentional time. We're just going to talk out some of those things. We're not going to talk in theory. You should be taking intentional time to get to know each other.
Yeah.
To find out what their likes are, to find out what the things are that they're interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And when you hear those things that this person is interested in and what they like and what they do you see these things being acted out in their lives?
Yeah.
When we talk about living a life of integrity, and you're watching, I'm going to speak on behalf of what the ladies should look for in our guys. Cause I came with a heavy hitter at the end of the last one. where I challenge guys to put the ring on it.
Yeah.
And then just drop the mic and walk away. So I'm gonna kind of stay in that vein. Sorry, fellas, but that's just what it is.
Don't say sorry. We helping them be a man.
It's sorry, not sorry. I don't believe in you considering me a simp. The reality is I'm doing life the right way. I don't know what the guys who are not doing it.
That's the problem. People who aren't doing it the right way, if they are not ready to change or willing to, they're going to try to demonize. They're not the standard.
It doesn't make me feel bad. I'm not being haughty. I'm just stating truth. But when you're doing life with him, you're developing a relationship with him, you're seeing how he does life, how he does work. Are there flags of like, this dude seems a little slimy? Yeah. The way I hear him kind of doing business or he you know, and not all these masks will be pulled down in the beginning, but I think that it's important to pay attention to, is he transparent or are you recognizing that there are some masks there?
Yeah. That's really good.
You know, so just some of those things I think is important. Like when you're intentionally dating, you're getting to know each other. Are we communicating? Are we talking to each other about who we are as a person? And you have enough conversations with people, you'll see, man, there's something you holding back.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not asking you to expose all of your deepest, darkest secrets, but
all at once.
If I just want to know, you know, how you feel about
all at once.
Yeah. What are your expectations in relationship? Do you want to be married? How much time do you think we should, just to gauge what you might have? How much time are you looking to spend before you get married? And I think that's a challenge for the ladies to the men. That way you're not being strung along for 4 or 5, 6 years.
I think that women can hope. Sometimes we have this, like, I like him, so I hope that he changes. And I think that it's really important that we are paying attention to what he's actually doing. I was thinking about the Maya Angelou quote that everybody says, when a person shows you who they are, believe them. And sometimes it is easier said than done because we want it to be. Like, this is where the butterflies kind of will trick us, or we will trust them more than what we're actually seeing, and we'll excuse away the red flags and that type of stuff. But watching a person's character and how they do things in life and how they, like, you're not going to know everything. There are things you're going to be learning. You know, I heard Tim Ross, our favorite, we always go and quote him because he's so amazing, say that what you are learning or what makes you decide to get married to a person, you're gathering as information about them as you can to get you to that.
Your data gathering.
Yeah. And to get you to the place of the altar. It's like, I have collected enough information about this person, about how we are together, to believe that we can actually do this.
That's good.
But, you know, you are acknowledging also that there's a side you haven't seen yet. And that's important to know, that there's a part that you haven't seen yet, but from what I have taken the time to get to know, and how it is if somebody cuts you off in traffic, like, you know, how do you know, how are you with kids? How are you with your friends? You know, are you easily influenced to do things that that are not integrous to me? You know what I mean? If I'm with a guy who, and I notice he frequents the strip club, I can't get mad once I marry him thinking that's going to change. He showed me that he goes to the strip club all the time. And now I'm like, now we married, and I'm like, well, why are you at the strip club? And he like, I've been at the strip club. Like, what you mean? You know what I mean? And so it's important to pay attention to all of those things too. And so we can't let our blindness to the depth of liking, like, blind us from the reality of who the person is. Because when you're with somebody long enough, they can be fake forever.
Well, this is a partnership. So when you said something that brought me to this analogy, this picture of like two corporations coming together and merging. I think we use this analogy a lot when we talk about the family. And we talk about it being looked at like business partners who are creating an empire.
Well, you about to say something.
But when we're coming together, when two businesses are taking inventory of each other, they sit down and they come to terms before a partnership is established. Before we sign a contract, we're looking at what are our interests. What are some of our expectations? What are the objective goals? And does every business know the expected outcome? What it's going to be exactly? No. But they have enough in the terms to say, I think this is a good business deal. And it's not a raw deal. You know what I mean? And so it's very similar. Like, we're two people coming together. We're bringing our lives together with an expectation that we're going to build an empire together. And so when we're talking about gathering data, we are taking inventory of, like, okay, what trajectory are you going in life? And what's the trajectory of my life? And can we align those things to say we're landing in the same space? So just some of the practical things, like if we don't believe, we don't have the same belief system in terms of our God. I mean, that right there is.
I was literally just thinking equally yoked.
Well, and we know we unpack that a handful of ways because it's a spiritual thing, and there's some natural components to that. But just from the fundamental space of, like, believing in who our God is, we can have issues. We know couples that did not believe the same thing. And came into it with, I believe there can be some change happening as we walk, and it created unnecessary. This is why God has principles for things like that, because you have to be able to say, like, if we go back to your corporations, the two businesses that want to merge, they want to know, how are your operations? Will they align with how my operations are? Can we collaborate somehow to make it become this ultimate goal? And if we're not looking at it in that way, for instance, this is something that us ladies can do at times. We know where we want a date to be married. We'll get with a guy, and the guy will say he ain't got no desire to be married, and we'll stay with him. But we won't look at it like a flag, because we'll be like, well, if he's doing everything, and if he seems like me and Greg always talk about this boyfriend I had who he wanted everything but the title of boyfriend. No commitment.
And so Greg was like, well, he got a commitment issue. And I was like, well, everything that we did was like we were a couple. And so basically we were a couple. But he was also actively saying to me, I don't want a girlfriend right now. And so we were a fake-ish couple thing for about a year and something. And then when everything came down to it, and this I would say is God's fault too, because I said a certain prayer and God was like, got you.
You want to tell them what the prayer was?
The prayer was, I didn't want, I said to God at one point, I had gotten tired of being with people who didn't want the same things and whatever. And I said to God, I don't want anybody to be my boyfriend unless they're going to be my husband. And then I went through a series of a downfall of everyone that I was trying to have become my boyfriend that would not. And it was because that was they were not my husband.
Essentially, he was exposing that.
That's not what they wanted. And so whenever we broke up, because I hate to say that it was like an official thing, whenever we broke up, part of his thing was, you want something that I don't want. And I was crushed. But here's the thing, guys. He said it a year ago. I just hoped that he liked me enough that he would change.
The heartache and pain that we can save ourselves. If we had the understanding to pay attention to those flags and make a decision on the flags rather than hoping that the flags change. Because, and again, we'll never say that you will be able to create this inventory list that accounts for everything for the rest of your marriage.
Nope.
Because you're not going to be the same relationship. No, you're not going to be the same person say that you are a year into your marriage. My interest right now may not be the same a year from now. Our bodies change. We can't do the things that we do. We're exposed to other things that change our interests. But there are, as she already pointed out, fundamental principles. And our hope is that we outline those principles Because we can talk about those. We've talked about the difference between practice and principle and how we like to address the principles. And in the areas of practice, we say, man, figure out what works for you guys.
Yeah.
Seek God, pray for what works for your household. But the principles of the word are fundamental pillars of what every relationship should have.
Yeah.
And that equally yoked one is a fundamental principle.
Yeah.
What are we looking for? It will be a house that doesn't fall. It'll be sinking sand.
It's important to know where we are seeing ourselves going or where we are hoping to go. Because you want to get in partnership, as we continue to re-emphasize, with someone who's looking to go in a similar direction as you. It may not be exactly the same things, but it will not be, well, I don't want to be married, but I do. That's not equally yoked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so the thing with chemistry is it's fickle, for real. Chemistry is when you first get together, it makes sense because, I like him. I like her. Da, da, da. Like that stuff is fickle. And of course it'll be that way. It will definitely be that way if you have sex. Especially before, because I'm going to just say it. Sex before marriage requires no effort as far as the work that needs to be put in to keep a relationship in the way that it does when you're married. Because when you're married, there's a characteristic, like this person's with you all the time. And you, like, let's say that we are having trouble with communication or finances or something with the kids or whatever. That may throw off what our chemistry is. You know what I mean? It requires, man, we got to fix this stuff so that because it'll impact our sex life.
And we see relationships fall apart because of that fickle space in life that doesn't remain the same.
Yeah, that's the
thing. So we lean on that to remain consistent, to say that this is a metric of a successful relationship, but environmental things may affect how your sex life can be successful. So that doesn't mean just because your sex life isn't working doesn't mean your relationship is done. Yeah. There are other things that are impacting that need repaired.
Well, the thing about sex is when you have sex outside of marriage, they could go home. You ain't got to live with them. So that's why you cannot measure what chemistry and characteristics are based on stuff like that.
So that isn't even a conversation for you guys.
No, but
you shouldn't be doing it until
if we are following the Christian, but that is a lot of how sometimes we don't recognize that sex will blind you to the actual red flags because you're doing it.
And we know from a spiritual space the other issues that come with that. You're bringing somebody else into you, and so.
I didn't mean to smile when I said it, but
the effects of a great
anyway.
But no, really, that's why God designed it that way.
Yeah.
If you're a broken person and you have all these issues and then you're connecting with somebody and it isn't even a long-term commitment. Yeah. Now we're trying to navigate what should be the data gathering space.
Yeah.
That's what we should be doing.
You're blind
so now I can't even gather data because I'm all warped in my mind with what you've given me and what I've given you.
Yep.
And so God knew exactly what he was doing.
Evaluation anymore.
No.
Because when you have sex, the Bible literally says that the two become one. Yeah. And we don't know that we are uniting with someone in that way. And so what God created to create a bond between a husband and wife, we have jumped ahead and done. And so now it kind of skews sometimes how we make decisions and how we see.
Yeah.
Because, now you've been a part of my body. And if it's good, like I might be like, can I say stigmatized on
Oh man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What is the word?
I'm sorry.
You can't do that.
Now I am
what?
Hypnotized.
You should have wrote that before you said that.
I'm sorry.
Golly.
It's okay.
I might have to. I don't even know if I could change
You can say that.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. Don't do that.
CashApp.
So Now I am hypnotized.
That's all you had to say.
I'm sorry, that's not the first word that came to my mind.
Man, you guys are witnessing how we talk. Yeah.
But it is the first thing that came to my mind. As far as how I am choosing. Mm-hmm. And that's like the truth. It may skew what I'm thinking because our minds, I believe there's a chemical change.
Oh, it's scientifically proven. Absolutely.
And so we can't say that our chemistry is based on that. Mm-hmm. So that's eliminated. Mm-hmm. And just in the same way that we talked about before, your life seasons change, things happen, your body changes, you go through different things. And so chemistry in the beginning is going to be different than chemistry later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's why it's important to stick to facts.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? Like, what it is he showing or is she showing that they are living a life that I would want to be connected to? Mm-hmm. That aligns with how I'm living or what I believe, is a good characteristic of a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think that is, I'm laughing still about our last part, but that is such an important thing to think about when we're dating. We really, and I don't think that we do that.
Yeah. I think that the template for that was, and I'm gonna dive into a little Bible here, was really laid out clearly in Genesis 1 and 2. And I saw, one of our really dope viewers share this on one of our posts, and we'll dive into that in another segment. But just talking about, man, what is the template that the Bible gives us, that God lays out for us on how we can do relationship well? Mm-hmm. And we're talking about the mindset of a man, the mindset of a woman, where we should be in our certain spaces. And they were in God's presence. Like, God gave the template in the very beginning of, if we had that principle, two people who are seeking God in his presence, have an understanding of who he is, we eliminate a lot of the headaches that we're dealing with this unequally yoked conversation. Mm-hmm. That right there alone creates friction between two people, because just the first principle of us having a relationship with God, you don't have that in place. Now we're trying to figure that out. And so I think it's important that we are on the same page with our belief system.
Yeah.
If we're using that as one of the pillars.
Yeah.
Definitely be on the same page in terms of what you want to do in terms of your family structure. Mm-hmm. And that may change and evolve over time as well. But if you come into a relationship and one person says, I don't want kids.
But you do, already. Yeah. Like, that's a clear, like we shouldn't be going in trying to change the person.
Yeah.
Or hoping that they change. Mm-hmm. And it's so important to remember that, but it's difficult. Mm-hmm. Like, that's why I think a good community around you, even a really good, like someone you look up to, or as a good friend or something that you can just talk about this stuff with, because it's really hard to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
Because you can't trust how you feel. Like, you can't always trust what your heart and your emotions is saying. Because you can, if you look back, you may find that you've fell in love 17 times.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we weren't designed to do it alone.
No, we need help. We don't like to admit that, but we do.
No, I mean, we could look at it from so many different angles, like even from a space of like business. You do business well when you connect with people that are doing it well. Mm-hmm. If you have a certain lane that you're trying to walk down, connecting with people that know how to do that very thing well, you're picking their brains.
Yeah.
Maybe you're being mentored. Maybe you're being discipled if it's ministry to do leadership in a certain way. That helps you do it well. And it's the same thing with relationship. Like, we're trying to figure out how to be husbands and wives, how to be parents. And if you're interested in marriage, it's good to be in a tight or a healthy community that can give you the tools that you need.
Yeah.
Instead of walking around trying to figure it out, taking stuff from what you see.
Yeah. Which is mostly not true anyway, to be honest. So what did you feel like when we got together? What were things that you looked at? It was such a whirlwind, I feel like. But do you remember things that you looked at that was like, I think this is a good quality of someone as a wife?
Oh, well, first off, I mean, I just came from a series of relationships where I was done pretty dirty. I wasn't prioritized. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about in a chauvinistic way. You know, or I was cheated on. Crying. Yeah. No, he not wasn't treated good. Oh my gosh, you don't probably no.
This is what you
stop it. But no, man, I wasn't made a priority.
Yeah.
And I tried my best. They may have a different story than I do. I can't speak for them, but I tried my best to make it clear, even though I was young, that I wanted a long-term relationship.
Yeah.
That I was committed to you.
Yeah.
I wanted to get to do this relationship well. And my goal, even as 15, 16, 17, at some point was like, you're going to be my wife.
Yeah.
Those were the relationships that I was in didn't turn out to be that.
Obviously.
You know, and then so when I got with her, there was the ride or die, as we like to call it, was very evident from the gate.
That's why we got engaged so quick, because we wanted the same thing. Mm-hmm. We wanted the same thing. And so it was funny because we wanted the same thing so hard that our engagement for a minute just felt fake to me, because it was so quick. And it was like, we're dating, we're engaged. Like, by the time that people even knew we were dating, we were already engaged.
Yeah.
It was only like our small selection of people who knew that something was happening between us. And of course they were excited, but it was such a fast thing. Now, I will say this, everyone's timeline is going to be different with that. And that's why you let the Lord lead you in your relationship.
Because we've seen people that got married in 3 months. And then you have some,
and they was married for 30 something years.
There's some that are going through a process.
Yeah.
Of a year or 2 years. For us, we were engaged for a year.
And that year was planning the wedding.
Yeah,
that was all.
It was yeah.
He was in finishing school.
Yeah,
and I was planning our wedding. And the dating, it was quick. It was, but we had the same goal in mind. Like, we had the same heart with that. And it was just so fast, but it didn't feel too fast at the time.
Yeah. There wasn't a wrestle with, are we getting married?
No. Like we knew.
There wasn't a, how do you feel about it? Are you okay with it? It was like, no, man. It was like, our only conversation was, is this going to be official?
Yeah.
Is it official? All right, cool. And then very soon after,
it was like 10 days or something.
March 21st. A year from now, so first day of spring. Ironically,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I literally said to myself, if I remember being I worked at the doctor's office at the time, and I said, because we hadn't picked a date yet, and I was like, if March 21st is on a Saturday, that's the day we get married. And I looked at the calendar, and it was on a Saturday. And then I called you, or I texted you, I think, and was like, you want to get married on March 21st? And Greg was like, yeah. And that was the date. Yeah. Oh, man. I don't even know what made me pick that date. It was just so random. I just thought maybe I was prophetic back then.
Oh, and as we see, we have had a lot of experiences over these 17 years of, I don't know why I felt that way, but I think that we should go.
Was.
And there it is.
And there it goes.
So, yeah.
But, that was our story, but we knew what we wanted. And I think that that's important to, even at such a young age. And I don't think that everybody's going to know what they want. All at once in the same way, but it's important to pay attention to what the person's saying to you and what they're doing and how they're living, to help you make that decision if they are a person that you want to spend your time with and possibly spend your life with.
Yeah, and I think we talk about a lot of different things. I really have to emphasize the importance of prayer with all of this.
We did fast.
Yeah,
because we fasted.
Well, we also talk about how a part of our conversation a lot recently has been to really operate in the simplistic, and we really complicate things a lot. Yeah. Relationship is already very complicated. So I'm just going to speak directly to everybody who's listening to the stuff that we're talking about today. And they're like, Greg and Cache, I hear y'all providing these principles and things like that. but it ain't that simple.
Yeah.
Like, it ain't that easy. I'm the one out here trying to navigate this, trying to figure out who's who. Mm-hmm. I'm the one paying attention to the flags. And I'm going to say this, and it doesn't 1000% make it simpler. Mm-hmm. However, if you embrace it, lean into it, and do it, it will make things more simple as you go.
Yeah.
There is extremely necessary and profitable outcome in prayer. Mm-hmm. When we go to God for these things about a spouse, when we go to God about personal inventory and preparation for marriage, and give it to him and say, God, I don't know everything right now, but I'm trusting you to reveal it. He will.
Yeah, he will.
He will show you these things. When you're taking interest in somebody and you're doing some of the stuff that we're talking about and flags are popping up, take that back to God and say, God, I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
Is this something that I should pay attention to? Is this something
Is it an actual flag?
Yeah.
Or is it a pet peeve?
Yeah. Are you revealing something that is a sign from you that says, no, I can't, you shouldn't go this road? Or is this an exposure of my own heart and my own, as she said, pet peeves? Like, is this something that just bothers me?
Yeah. That's not that big, and it won't be an issue later.
Yeah.
But if you do it with God, he will help you. When I've been talking to a good friend of mine, and God has really been teaching me so much over the past 5 years about the importance and the power in prayer. Mm-hmm. And it seems like such an old concept. Like, when you're talking to young people, when you're talking to youngers or people who just aren't there, and it feels like, oh man, but God really will meet you there in where you are in seeking relationship, where you are in desiring it. Like, he does really care about that stuff, and he will lead you and help you and show you, no, not her, not him, or, just give this a try. He really does. The marriage, he created it.
Yeah.
He's the one that said it's not good. So why would he block and not talk to you about it? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so what Greg is saying, just to reemphasize, it is very important. It's a key, it's a secret sauce, if I may, that you should take advantage of, because it's available for you, to be able to go to him in prayer, and he will answer you. Mm-hmm. He will lead you. He will let them red flags pop out to you. Mm-hmm. And be like,
absolutely.
He will do all of that stuff. And so, it isn't, and he will give you the desire of your heart, the heart that you don't even know. Mm. Because that's the thing, like, God knows the deeper things about what you really desire. And we're thinking about, like, he got to be 5, he got to be 6'2" and tall, dark, and da-da-da-da-da. And while God does care about that, as I said in the last one, if you didn't watch that one, go back and watch that one. He does care about that. He also cares about complementing some of those deeper things in you, because God wants to build foundation that will last. Mm. And that's the thing that is different from how we look at things at face value. Like, if I'm looking at the fact that he's chiseled now and we're 22, I'm not thinking about when he ain't chiseled no more when we is 40. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, or 50 or whatever. And for me, it's, we're like, well, I got to have a man that's, he's like this. And we don't know that he can be chiseled, but if he treats me mean, it won't matter anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he could be put on his good front now, but eventually the mask come off.
Yeah.
And I have to live with him, And so we do the best that we can, and we don't do the cart before the horse. If we're doing it the godly way, we don't want to do the cart before the horse. So we don't want to do the things that God says don't do while you are single, so that you can have a clear mind to make a clear choice, so that you are able to put your best foot forward in choosing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so it's like what the old head said, it's tight, but it's right.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Well, it's a muscle true. You don't understand until you exercise it. So once you start, exercising that thing, and it builds. It's multifaceted because it also builds your trust in God. Mm-hmm. You know, that's the whole purpose of all of this.
Yeah.
Like the reason we're encouraging the prayer is because it won't just help you. God reveal things to you about this person, but it reveals things about yourself. Starts building your own character. Mm-hmm. And then you're trusting him because he's showing you these things. And then as time progresses, you guys are married, you're looking back over like, man, God showed me this. All these stories that Shay and I have, and we're talking about, we're sharing. These are testimonies of the stuff that God has shown us over time. Mm-hmm. And we can reach back and grab it and say, man, listen, we can talk about the importance of these things, of communicating in relationship early. Yeah. Because it helps us now 15, 16, 17 years later. Mm-hmm. You know, and so
that's long.
It is.
We're about to be married for 17 years.
Yep. And it wouldn't have worked without this. Like there are a lot of situations where prayer, even now, like those things we're praying about now.
Yeah.
And we're believing and expecting that the promises that God has shown and revealed to us will make sense somewhere down the line. But we're praying. Yeah. Because it's a principle for prayer and relationship now. You know what I mean?
Yep. Learn. I tell the kids all the time, if you learn to do this now, it'll be easier along the way. And I say that with lots of different things, like self-esteem and different, learning your value and stuff like that. If you learn to do this now. So in the same way, if you learn to pray and seek God now, it'll become easier along the way. And then you'll see that you can trust him with all these parts of your life. Like he cares about your singleness.
Yeah.
He cares about who you're going to be with and how they treat you. And he cares about all them little details that you don't know to even think about when you're dating.
And this is all a part of character too. Mm-hmm. When we're talking about communication, good, healthy communication requires honesty. Mm-hmm. It requires integrity.
Yeah.
So if we make it a principle of our early relationship, premarital relationship, to talk, and we're being honest.
Yeah.
Now I can see and pay attention to the signs to reveal, this dude is a man of integrity, or this girl is down, she's legit. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing godly characteristics in her. I'm seeing a boldness in her. I'm seeing the things that she's saying that extract even stuff out of me now.
Yeah.
Early. You got to pay attention to those signs, and so it's important to do that. Exercise these early muscles. Things. What's that?
One of my favorite things when we started to date was I liked how kind and considerate you were, and also how much you cared, and you're still like that. Like it's a don't be surprised, you like that. I tell people all the time, like, Greg is kind all the time. Y'all should see these emails where he be saying he be going off on people.
You didn't use this in don't tell them people this story.
He's but it's a characteristic I saw.
Yeah.
You're always kind, for real. So even, I told my friend today, if Greg getting smart with people, they don't even know, because he's kind. He carries, and that is a fruit of the Spirit. Mm-hmm. And I was like, he's always like nice. And it's really true. It's true. Like, and it's like, well, even when he's being snippy, he's still like nicely snippy. And you're still like that, and so it's stuff to think about that you appreciate more later.
Yeah.
As you're doing life with someone, it's nice to be like this person. And then if they are no longer, if this is a characteristic that you've seen them always do, or a way they've been, and then there's an issue and you see Greg, who is kind, most of the time is not. Now I know there's something wrong.
I knew you were going on that road.
And so then I can say, hey, are you okay? Mm-hmm. Because I noticed that you are being even more snippy than your normal kind snippiness. And
yeah.
but it's a characteristic that you saw and you watch them live out. Mm-hmm. So when there's an absence of it, then it's helpful, because then you can know something might be wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's things like that is important to take inventory of when you are dating someone. Mm-hmm. Life and things do come, as we continue to say, and sometimes it can shape and change us. but we're trying to gather information to say, is this person a qualifier? Are you what my girls say? Are you even a contender?
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Because if I recognize
everybody get championship belts all the time,
immediately, don't even deserve it. You shouldn't have been a contender, but I done put you in the contender realm and you don't even deserve it.
And you take me back to the contender boxing show.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't none of them dudes crown champion. That means you're just in the pool. Can you even qualify for the pool?
Do you qualify for it? So I have to be able to gather information without putting the cart before the horse and skewing my view, so that I can see, what is your characteristic like? Yeah. What is your character like?
Yeah.
Do you need therapy? like in a way that's like, I can't do anything,
and conversation for you will reveal that.
Oh yes, it will.
I mean, you don't have to be a psychic, a mind reader, this prophetic
you
insight.
You might mess around and have undiagnosed bipolar. All I gotta do is be in the car with you when you get cut off in traffic or something.
Or I mean, there's triggers in conversation.
Yes, so
let us have conversation about relationship, and there'll be a trigger.
Life.
It'll show it. Yeah.
Or life.
Let's start talking about parents or talk about whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody making you feel, you dealt with bullying in the past, and I feel like you're bullying me. Like, where did that come from? Why do you feel that way? Pay attention to the signs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you will, and if you do it with God, He will let you know if this is something that shouldn't be. You shouldn't back up.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think if there's a foundational thing that we can take out of everything that we said in this 46 minutes, I think the prayer piece is something that is standing out the most to me. And with that prayer, using that as kind of that foundational guide, God will reveal to you.
Yes, He will.
All the other things that you're doing when you're trying to talk and communicate. He'll show you how to communicate in this way where you can connect with this person, or you're seeing that there's some missing. There's a gap in between why we're just not. This is where the compatibility comes into play. Like we're not having chemistry here. I'm seeing that God is showing this because I took it to Him and He's showing it to me.
Yeah.
And so I think that is one of the big things, man. As you guys are walking down this road of relationship, be intentional in your prayer. Be intentional in your dating. Be intentional in setting standards, guys and gals alike. I think there will be some solid relationships if both men and women came into this thing like, yo, I know what I believe. I know what I stand on. Are you about that business as well? And if we're both coming into this thing with that mindset, what a fortified city we're building.
Yeah.
As a relationship, two solid people coming into this thing, instead of one person being this manipulator and the other person coming broken and being used, like that what does that build?
Yeah.
But if we both understand our identity, if we both come into this thing with solid identity in Christ, we have a prayer life, we're intentional about what it is that we want in relationship, and we're taking chances and jumping off the boat with trying to exercise, because we talked about this in the past. Exercise our options of dating. You got to step out and do it. God will show you, man.
He will, because He cares about it.
Yeah, man.
He cares about it because He wants healthy marriages.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah.
He created it.
Yep. What an institution it is for Him to show His love more. We've seen so much. I know as a man, I've seen so many aspects of God just in how we love each other. And then with that comes children. We're getting ahead of ourselves here, but with that comes children.
Yeah.
And it gives more and more opportunities to begin to see God's love. God is so intentional. We just look at it from who's my husband and my wife. And He's already like looking down the line of like,
who are your children? Who are your grandchildren?
You don't even realize
what they going to do in the world.
Man, come on.
There's so much to it.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I think we're
good. So I think we land the plane in. So we hope you've grabbed a lot of nuggets from this. Before You Chase the Ring Part 3. We're excited about what's coming from this, the feedback that we're getting. Hey man, don't be afraid to share your feedback.
Yes, we love to hear it.
If you haven't already, put your comments in the chat while this is playing. And we're talking to you guys. feel free to come back and share. We love the interaction.
Yeah.
You're not getting bots responding to us. It's Greg and Cache.
It is.
We like showing love. And if there's something that you guys want to talk about more, or you have questions about it, feel free to reach out. We'd love to have conversations with you, as we always put out every time, because we think it's important that you know we offer these coaching services to help you do relationship well. Whether you're looking to get involved in relationship or you're actively in it.
Yeah.
We help.
That's what we do.
And we offer principles that work.
Yes.
Because God designed relationship, and we're tapping into what he designed so it can be beautiful for you. Hey, we're doing it. We're living it. We only expect it to get even better. As the journey continues, hills and valleys, but we know God makes it beautiful.
Yeah.
So we love y'all, man. Anything else you want to drop with them?
No.
All right, man. So we'll leave it at that. So take care. God bless. Stay tuned until part 4 on our next session.
All righty.
All right.
Hey, before you go, make sure you subscribe and like this video.